Hey everyone, I'm Jonathan Ratcliffe with the Ratcliffe Real Estate team here in Austin, Texas, and I just wanted to give you a little market update. Basically, we're seeing some changes. Some people are freaking out, some people understand this is kind of part of the cycle of real estate, but I wanted to kind of shed some light on what we're seeing. So I'm going to read to you some stats from where we're at this month, September 2022, in comparison to a year ago, as well as in comparison even last month. First, I'd like to say that there are seasonal changes every year. Right after August, September, things start to slow down for the year simply because families are staying put and they're in school, so they don't want to be moving around so much. And then of course the holidays are coming up, so people don't move during the holidays as much as they do during the hot months, anywhere from March to August. So that said, there are some seasonal changes happening now, and it's important to not get those confused with overall market changes. Of course, what's driving some of these changes is the prices have gone up pretty significantly in the last year and a half, 2 years. 38% last year in 2021 was the increase, and before that it was a pretty hefty increase. So, we have a pretty high buy-in now comparison to what we had back in 2019, early 2020. So that's one thing. Two, you couple that with the interest rates that have been rising. Now we're in the 6.5% to 7% range, and we're projected to go up a little bit more. So you're still seeing, now you have inflation and interest rates rising along with high prices. Things are going to typically slow down and go in the other direction. So we are shifting to a buyer's market. It's not a buyer's market yet, and I'll explain that. Here's some details that we're getting. So this month in September, we have a median sales price in Austin, Texas of $470,000. That's 5% higher than a year ago. So we are still at an increase of the sales price than we were 1 year ago today. From last month, it was $496 last month, but again, that's in August, still getting a lot of higher sales. So it's hard to know if that's a seasonal change or we're seeing prices reduced. A little bit of both. Closed sales have dropped about 18% from a year ago. They're at 2,992 closed sales as of September. This is the one that's a big change, is the average days on market. It's gone up double. It went from almost 20 days last year this time to 40 days now. So things are sitting a little longer. And active listings are up from around 4,000-ish a year ago to now 9,671. So that's a 162% increase. So what does that mean for buyers? More inventory. You have options. It's great. You can look around and have choices that before 6 months to a year ago you were having to pay 10-20% over asking to get. Now you can have a reasonable offer, even under asking potentially. Now I want to be clear that there are still homes selling for over asking, 5-10%, based on the neighborhood, based on price, condition. It's not happening nearly at the rate it was before, but it is still happening. So don't think that every single home you're going to get a discount on it, because that's just not what's happening. Months of inventory has also gone up. It was 2.1 months of inventory a year ago, and now it's 3.1. What does that mean? If you stop putting any homes on the market today, in 3 months from now, 3.1 months from now, all the homes would dry up and we'd have nothing else to sell. A complete balanced market between buyers and sellers is 6 months of inventory. So we are still heavily in a seller's market, but it is trending towards that buyer's market. And it feels more like a buyer's market now than it has in the last several years, because it is. So for sellers, it's not the greatest time to sell right now with the expectation of getting what you were going to get 6 months to a year ago, simply because, again, interest rates are higher. It's a slower time of the year. And of course, it's just going to take a little bit longer to sell your home. So what we need to do, if you're a seller, is price ahead of the market. You got to go into it knowing that you can't get that price, and expect to get over asking by 10-20% like you were, a year ago, 6 months ago. you need to go into it and price ahead. What is the market that we're trending into? And that is, we're trending towards a buyer's market. So if your range to sell the house is 500 to 525,000, don't expect to go to the higher end of that range, or it's going to sit. It's going to sit longer. I mean, the average days on the market are 40 days. We need to price it towards the lower end of that. Pump up the marketing, and you will get, every home will sell if it's priced right, if the condition is in good shape, and if it's got proper marketing on it. So for sellers, hang in there. It might be a better time to sell early next year when people start moving again, entering the holidays starts to slow down. For buyers, you have options. Look at new builds, because these inventory, with the inventory going up, these builders are paying thousands of dollars for you to help you buy your rate down and get a better interest rate. Of course, with new construction, you get a lot of the warranties and appliances that can come with those, and they actually have inventory now. I wouldn't say to look at inventory or new construction if it's 6 months to a year out, because gosh, it just takes longer and longer these days to build with the shortage in labor and materials. But if something is available in 30 days, 2-3 months out, it's really close to being finished, it's something to really strongly consider. That is your September 2022 market update for Austin, Texas. If you have any questions, you know where to find me. Drop a comment, shoot me a call, shoot me an email. I'm happy to answer anything that I can. Talk to you soon.